Yeah, it's sad. Today is 31st of December. 31st of December, and the last 24 hours. In the last 24 hours, a lot of things has happened. Or in the last 4 days. In the last 24 hours, a temple was vandalized in Andhra Pradesh. People have protested and given a petition to the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Jagan Reddy. So who would have done this? Somebody who hates temple. Somebody who hates diversity. Because they want supremacy. The attackers want supremacy. They just hate temples. Now, in the last 5 days, you should just look at the news. In the last 5 days, the French government has taken action against terrorist organizations operating in France. And in Indonesia, in the last 1 week, look into the news, what is happening in Indonesia. So there's millions of people are now under scrutiny, under surveillance by the government of Indonesia for anti-Indonesian activities. Because they just hate people. These protesters just hate people. And why do they hate temples? I mean, look in Pakistan. Just yesterday, an entire temple was set ablaze. They burnt down entire temple. And they took hammers to break down the walls. And the people are protesting in Pakistan. This happened in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa in the northwest Pakistan. It's in the news. So why so much hatred against temples? So the respective governments are taking action because these protesters, these rioters, these people who are embedded into violence, they want to establish caliphates everywhere. Now look at Erdogan in Turkey. He is removing licenses of non-governmental organizations there. He's scrutinizing, he's under surveillance all the non-governmental organizations because he wants a dictatorship, as in caliphate. This ideology, they want to establish a caliphate and they want to destroy temples. It's out of hate, and they want to establish supremacy of their ideology. But then where is the room for civil relationships, civic bodies, how me and you relate to each other, how we respect each other, how our etiquettes, our mannerisms, our behavior in a transaction with each other in civil society. How can the civil society sustain? How can we be in brotherhood if in case somebody is always wanting dominance over other people, and an ideology that requires to sustain itself, it wants supremacy over other people. So the supremacy, here the key word is the need for supremacy at all times. In the manner of worship, see, the world is diverse. It has so many millions of types of people, and they all have their own democratic requirements. They want their liberty to live the way they want to. They want to express their talent, their skills, and they want to understand the world in their own method. But there is no room to accommodate everybody into a caliphate because they have a specific ideology founded on one book. So I'm quoting here under the things happening in the last 1 week in Indonesia, in France, in Andhra Pradesh, and in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa of northwestern Pakistan, where in Pakistan the temple is destroyed, burned. In Andhra Pradesh, the temple, the idol is vandalized, is destroyed. And in Indonesia, the government is cracking down on these people who are sympathetic to caliphates. And in France, the government is cracking down on these people who are sympathetic to caliphates. And Erdogan in Turkey is cracking down on non-governmental organizations because he wants total control of civil relationships. He wants a sense of his own administration intruding into all civil relationships. So where do you have the people who want to express, who want to, be innovative, do their own poetry, do their own kind of skills that they are endowed with, whether in art, drama. So they need their own kind of associations, their own kind of organizations to be able to express themselves. But that's not what Erdogan wants to allow. And that's not what the caliphate wants to do. They want to bring everybody under one strict regimentation of one ideology. So where is the room for a civil society? Where is the room for a democracy if everything is suppressed under supremacy, under dominance? And most importantly, where is the room for humanism? Where is the human element going to exist? Because you're going to have to hive off, remove the humanity, civility, and democracy, and that will remove the ability for development of personality and accommodation of diversity. So we need to think about this. Why do people want a severe sense of supremacy, dominance, and control over the way the other people worship? So we need to understand the Indian civilization, how it allowed democracy to flourish, how it made development as a key factor, and how it allowed diversity to be inclusive. This is because of breathing techniques that bring solace, relief, remedy, and it gives rescue from the restlessness of the mind, which is stifled by the ideology of Erdogan, ideology of Pakistan. It stifles, it suffocates, it frustrates people. So they want to kill each other, they want to go to violence because they are not artistically allowing expressions. For that to happen, people have to be meditative, they have to do breathing techniques and understand the civilization of India. So let others live and grow in democratic and development ideas, and tone down your need for supremacy of ideology, your need to dominate through your ideology and control people into one single book method of living. So open up, avoid supremacy and control and dominance, open up to civil relationships for democracy, development, diversity, and we can administer ourselves. We have in Indian civilization, the meditators, they do administer themselves because they have clarity. So understand the news that's happening and look at these possibilities that Indian civilization can give you to open up and allow your restlessness to ease so that you feel very nice about yourself and remove your inferiority complex so that you need not want to dominate other people and push through this idea of supremacy.